I wanted to discuss the fraud investigation, some of these markets, namely Tradesmen going after some of the bad actors and some of the rampant fraud, which is not only in New York construction, it's also in habitational. It's not only in New York.
Slip, trips and falls, the fake. Yeah.
It's wanton disrespect for the legal system, but it's nice and refreshing to see a carrier that actually is spearheading fighting that, really for the benefit of the entire industry. I saw a statistic that I won't be able to quote exactly, but the number of withdrawn cases was staggering in the face of this. So folks that know that they are engaged in fraudulent claim activity have kind of tucked tail and pulled. So maybe there is a light at the end of the tunnel for some of these trades. Do you find that carriers are receptive to it, maybe more willing to take on an account?
So I'm not seeing the impacts yet, but I do think it's the long game, and I think eventually we will. If you have these plaintiffs who are bad actors getting caught, and you have kind of this whole ecosystem of doctors and lawyers and people that are involved, making a lot of money, now realizing like, hey, we could get in trouble. I think, the level of fraud is obviously going to go down, and so the amount of claims that are getting paid are going to go down. So I do think that it's a long-term play, and it makes the game a lot more honest, which will help the environment. I think you might get the confidence of some carriers that maybe exited the space 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, okay, there's some honesty here. Maybe I'll jump back in because there's a lot less fraud. And it's also going to make it, on the flip side, it's going to benefit the folks that have gotten hurt, that do have real issues, that do need their claims paid. I think it'll expedite the process instead of it being held up in court for 3 to 6 years. Maybe that expedites it quicker. So you're seeing development on the loss runs quicker, easy to predict what's going to happen on an account. Hopefully, get rid of as much fraud as possible.
The trickle-down effect is clear as day. We want the actual injured plaintiffs to get remunerated. I mean, that's what the insurance is there for. It's not there for the fraud. I think, in my own opinion, I wish I saw more insurance companies jumping in on the fight. I feel like it's being spearheaded by Tradesmen, and it would be refreshing to see some strength in numbers with some of these other insurance companies that could coordinate efforts and maybe even bring a little bit more strength to the fight against the fraud.
And I think it's something easy to buy into, but no one's done it, and so maybe there's apprehension there. But I agree with you. I think the more folks that get on board with it, the more impactful it'll be.